If you are a YouTube creator and you're trying to come up with ideas, or maybe you're just starting out and you're like, how do they do it? How do they never run out of ideas? How do they consistently push out so many different video topics? Well, this video is going to give you all of the different ways that you can make sure that you never run out of ideas, because it's very common for all creators, even though it doesn't seem like it, to have a little lull where they feel like, what am I gonna talk about? Or I don't have the creativity this month, or I don't have the drive. So these are some little tips and tricks that lots of creators do, but if you haven't heard of them, then they're gonna be very useful for you and your channel. Make sure you stick around to the end, because I am revealing my best tip to never running out of ideas for YouTube. So first things first is you really need to tap into your interests. So you know what your videos should be talking about, but you don't know how you can not just repeat yourself a million times in different ways. This is one thing you can do. Take a look at the YouTube videos that you are already watching. Now, for myself, I really love to watch a lot of true crime. I watch a lot of listicles, like skincare routines. I love to watch like the best products to use for hair and makeup, like those kinds of things. Those are things that I love to watch. However, the channels that I make videos for are this one, Subscribers to Sales, where we are not talking about any of those things. And I also have my English channel for ESL learners, also not relevant. But how can you make it relevant? Well, take a look at how they are positioning their titles. So for example, if you have a video that's titled something along the lines of like the 10 best skin products to use this summer. Okay, well, definitely I can twist that to be something for either this channel or my other channel. So then I can say, okay, these are the 10 best products you should use if you are a creator. These are the 10 best Amazon finds for really cheap equipment for your YouTube studio. That's a way you can just twist it, by taking some kind of inspiration from videos you like to watch and then just having a little spin on it to make sure it fits your niche. And so that is a really great way to do that. Also, take a look at other creators in your niche. So see what's working for them. If you can see that they're making a bunch of videos on one particular form. So for example, I'm going to use like other English channels, because I always look at them to get ideas for my own English channel, but a lot of them do story times. So I've been doing a lot of story times on my channel because I know, okay, this is what's working for other people. And then you can say, oh, I never thought about having like dialogue or conversation with somebody else. Maybe I can implement that into my videos somehow. So it's not just you being stagnant talking to the camera. Maybe you can introduce somebody, or maybe you can make an internet friend and then ask them to do some kind of like interview with you. So there's lots of different ways you can get inspiration from either channels that are not relevant to your niche, but the titles can definitely help create some inspiration for your own titles. Or take a look at your niche neighbors, understand what they're pumping out, see their analytics, see like what is working for them right now, and gain some inspiration for there. We never want to copy anybody else, but you can always get inspiration from others to make your content better. And this is a little tip that you should also do as well, is look at those creators who are really big in your niche. Take a look at their comment section, because there is a very good chance that they do not have the time to go through every single comment like they would hope. And you're gonna get a lot of people who are asking questions like, oh, but how would you do this? Or how do you do this? Can you make a video on this? And then you can go ahead and make that video, and even better, do a little follow-up with that person and be like, hey, I made this video just for you. But then they can see what else you have to offer. And so it's really worth checking in on other people's comments, the bigger creators' comments, to know exactly what that audience is asking for. Another thing you can do to get some inspiration is to kind of look back. Look back on some of your old videos. Also look back at your own journey. If you are a business owner and you talk about business stuff on your channel, then take some reflection and be like, oh, I haven't done an update in a while of where we're at. A lot of YouTubers do like, this is how much YouTube paid me in this year. Then you can say something like, oh, this is what YouTube has paid me, and this is how we have grown since the last video I made on this update. They have a little bit more insight of where you are currently at. So that is a really great way to kind of reflect on your own journey and then make that into another video. And why? Because especially when it's about a journey, like whether it's weight loss, whether it's making money, whether it's finding love, like all these things that people are curious about and they want to know how it works for other people, then do that for them. Make sure that you have some kind of video. I actually was looking at how to grow your eyelashes with castor oil, and I saw that this girl, she had a video, and I forget how many thousands of viewers it had, but a lot. And I immediately watched it, but it was a year before. And then about 1 or 2 months ago, she made a follow-up video being like, is it still working for me? So that is something that you should consider, taking your journey as however you are in your niche, and then just saying like, this is how things have changed, this is how I'm progressing, this is how I'm exploring new ways in the future. People want to hear about it, especially if you already have the solution to their problem. All right, the next really valuable source of inspiration for video ideas is to actually poll your audience. Get to know your audience, try to figure out where they're at, get them to comment back to you. You can do this easily in the community tab. You can make a poll on there. You can say something like, hey, do you prefer videos that are like this or like that? And then they can say this or like that. They can decide. Or sometimes you can write in a little third option and be like, if it's other or both, then write it down below. Encourage them to write a comment so that they can engage with you and you know exactly what they're looking for. Making sure that you give them enough space that they actually comment, because if you only poll on them, then you're limiting them to what they can choose. But it is really good to poll if you are trying to figure out if there's a specific area that you want to look at. But if it's generally speaking, you can also just be like, hey, I am here coming up with some great video ideas for you. I'd love to know what you want to watch or what other videos you'd like to see. And then they will comment to you and say exactly what they like about your channel, what they don't like, or whatever it is. Some people are ruthless and some people are angels. So test it out and figure out what is going to work for your exact audience who already knows you. Another way you can really engage with your own audience is hosting some kind of like Q&A. You can do this on Instagram if you have a following directly correlated to your YouTube channel, or you can even have it on a live or wherever, and just letting them know that you are going to do a Q&A. Here's their time to ask you a bunch of questions, and then you go ahead and deliver in a video. You can do it in a live, like I said, and then that way you can actually know, okay, these are the things that people are wondering, whether it's about you as an individual or about your process. Like for example, if you're promising people like, this is how you can make like 6 figures a month, then okay, they're probably going to ask you a lot of questions about that. And then you can take those questions and be like, oh, I can make 10, 20 different videos just on those answers, just based on those questions that people are asking before your Q&A. All right, and now to get some more inspo ideas, you can always just go back to your old videos. So like I said, like you can always like remake a video of your journey and how you're progressing in things and how things change for you, but also do that for other videos. If there are updates, so for example, if you do a lot of like software videos, there's going to be updates all the time. And so you can look back and be like, okay, this is a software that I would recommend now and maybe I wouldn't recommend anymore. And like, especially having like years in the title, being like, this is what I recommend in 2024, or like, you need this in 2024. That's going to get people to be like, oh, I really need to check this out, because it's going to be updated information of something that they were already curious about before. And so that is really useful to do for some inspiration, so that you can look back on some videos that worked really well and then try to make a new version of it. Now, if you have a really good evergreen video, so it's just a video that people just keep going back to, they're drawn to, they really like it, all you have to do is just take a look at the videos that you have, see which one has the most views, determine if it is evergreen, because evergreen, it means that there's no time correlated to it. Like for example, how to jump higher is a lot different than software stuff, because software is always having to update, whereas like the skills and techniques that you learn to just jump higher are always going to be the same as far as I know. And so determine what is evergreen, and then what you can do is go to ChatGPT, because ChatGPT, ever since I made that last ChatGPT video, it has been my best friend. I love ChatGPT. And so what you can do is you can be like, okay, this is the video that I had. Can you remake this or give me new ideas for this video? And then it's going to come up with a bunch of different ideas, as much as you would let it to. And then from there, you can grow an immense amount of inspiration for other future evergreen videos, which is exactly what you want for your channel. So take a look at it, see what's working on your channel, even to look at other creators. In our program, we actually have something that we call level up, when we level up another creator's videos and making it better and also different in our own way, in our own twist, and leveling it up. And so what you can do with ChatGPT is you can be like, hey, I have this creator is making the video like this. I want to make something similar, but better. And then it will give you a bunch of ideas. There's just so many ways that ChatGPT can help with that inspiration and coming up with YouTube scripts and things like that. So definitely take advantage of this world of AI. All right, so there you have it. Here are a bunch of different ways to never run out of ideas for YouTube videos. With these simple tips, trust me, I'm pretty sure at least all of you watching is going to find a lot of different ways to find more inspiration for your future videos. Now go check out this video over here. It's a video I made all about making sure you have the perfect package delivered to your audience so that they are going to be more engaged with you, they are going to be more excited about your videos, you're going to get more views, you're going to scale your business, scale your revenue, just with these simple steps over here. So check it out right here. Click over here. Are you new to the YouTube world? Are you still trying to get your rhythm going for every single video you put out there onto YouTube? Well, before you post your next video, these are some things that you need to make sure you have, because all these little details that I'm going to go through in this video are really going to spike up your engagement, but also spike up your views on your channel.